Okay, this video is going to be about the Questyle M15. This is a device. I can start off by saying that I love the sound of this device. And I know there's a lot of videos out there about this device already, but what the heck? Let's do one more. These are some other devices that I tested with and against, so to speak. So this thing's kind of in, I'll say that it's kind of in a class of its own. If I'm going to compare two devices that I really love listening to, the Mojo 2, the Cord Mojo 2, unbelievable DAC amp, in my opinion. I don't have another piece of equipment that does what this does to the sound. The designer of the FPGA chip in here, or the programmer of it, I should say, did an incredible job. So that's a device that's I test against. So I test against this. I test against the K9 Pro, and I can tell you there's not many devices like these right here that come even near this ESS K9 Pro from FiiO. Nothing I have does. It's fantastic. The Mojo 2 is a device. I have it connected through optical here. Is a device in its own class kind of thing. I love the sound of this. I also love the sound of this. So, but I do test against those. Now this Questyle M15 Pro, and I'm not going off too much of a tangent because I'm comparing this to these. This and the K9, the FiiO K9 Pro, the ESS version that I have, it's so similar. I had to swap back and forth on headphones between these two. The sound is so similar. This is a fantastic little device. It really is. It's $244 right now on Amazon, and in my humble opinion, I think it's worth every penny of that $244. Okay, what they did with this was whoever did the tuning on this, whoever has the golden ear in the company, hats off to you. You did a fantastic job on this thing. Now, when it's plugged in, right? So there's no lights on or anything. When I plug this into my laptop, it's still going to be no lights on. You might even think, oh, is it dead? I've got it plugged in and it's not lighting up. Only does it activate and become powered when a headphone is plugged in. The headphone is what closes the circuit on it. So once I plug in a single-ended or a 4.4 into that guy, then it lights up. So my IEMs that I tested with, but I've had this now for 7 months, right? I've had this for a long time. I've used it on everything, but we'll just, most recently, the Mest, the Kinera Nana, I think this is version 2, and my latest, this Mega 5 EST limited edition, blah, blah, blah. But these three are, I would say, my top IEMs right now. As far as sound quality goes, these are the things that are to be beat for me, right? So against other IEMs. So these are the top ones. I do also use the S8Zs a lot. I love these things. But they have a particular place and time to be used because of their let's say sound profile. So we'll kind of leave those out of the way right now. The Questyle comes in this box, and I really like this. Very simple little package. It has this cable, which is a USB-C to C. When you open this up, there's a USB-A to C, a USB-A to C for, if you've got some other application or device that only has a USB-A. But I just use the USB-C to C. That's the only one I use. And it comes with a little information booklet, I guess, and that kind of thing. This is one of those devices that I won't be getting rid of because I really love this device. Works really well on my phone. Works really well on my laptop. Okay, so it does work kind of weird. It works on the Shanling M6, but I get kind of a weird. I get like a signal chatter. Like if this is sending out some kind of radio frequency and this cable's picking it up or the device is picking it up. I don't get that from my laptop or from my phone. For whatever reason, the phone's got a cell signal coming out of it. But and I put this into airplane mode, the M6. I turned off Bluetooth, I turned off Wi-Fi, and just played the music on it. And I still was getting some weirdness with this. I did also play this with my AP80. Let me grab that real quick. This device here, the Hi-Diz, is it AP80? No, this is the Hi-Diz AP80 Pro X. Sounds fantastic with this as well. And the interesting thing is that this powers everything. I also listen to my focal clears with this. Sounds beautiful with the focal clears. Sounded great with my HD, my Sennheiser HD 650s. Sounded great with my really great with my Sennheiser, or however you say it, HD 800S. Yeah, fantastic with those. The more than enough power to power all those things. What happens is the battery on this starts draining really fast, or the M6 Pro or my phone, because this thing really sucks up the power. On the side over here is a little switch, so you are high gain, low gain. And when it's plugged in and it's powered on, if it's single-ended, it'll be green. And I think if it's double-ended, it's red. Maybe I'm wrong. And then if you're high gain or low gain, it's green or red. So it'll light up and you know that it's working. Let's see. Let's turn on the little AP80 Pro here. And we'll plug it into this, and we'll plug in, you'll see here in a second. Let's let that guy start up. This thing starts up fast compared to my other devices. So it's one of the reasons I like it. This is if you're looking for a little DAP, by the way, you can't get this one anymore, the copper case one. It was a limited edition. I got lucky and got in on that. But they have the aluminum version, which is way lighter than this and is very reasonably priced. I think it's under $200. And this is a fantastic little player, by the way. So if we go to, so nothing's lit up on here, you can see that. But if I plug an IEM into it, boom, there we go. So we have a closed circuit, and we are in low gain mode, right? If I switch to high gain, it changes to red, okay? So high gain, low gain. And this is a beautifully made little device. You can see how the ends work there. I'll unplug it from this guy here. Yeah, and super light, So the beauty of this is I could put this in my case with my Mest, and I've got a full sound system, the IEMs and this. Same thing goes for if I put it in the case with these guys here. It fits in all of my cases, like even the case. I use a campfire case for my Kinera Nanas, but with the Nanas, it fits in there just fine. So it's a tiny little device, yet offers the sound quality of a much bigger device. So for me to sit here and tell you all the different things that it does, it's clarity. Very, very clear, very dark background, no background noise or hiss. Stage, very good. Imaging, very good. I don't see any detraction from this of any of the areas of sound that we would judge by when I'm comparing it to other devices. The Chord Mojo does a better job of separating things apart so that you can kind of picture the different instruments. You can really hear every little instrument, every little thing that's being done with the Mojo. You can hear all the detail here. It's just represented in a slightly different way. Tonality, it's beautiful. I've listened for hours to this thing. I can just fall asleep with the headphones on and playing through this because it sounds so good. Here's the one thing you need to be careful of with this device. Very, very careful of with this device. I damaged my hearing with this thing. And I literally damaged my hearing, called my hearing doctor, my ear, throat, nose doctor, and said, look, I need you to check me out because I'm missing things in my hearing right now. And I explained what happened. So I went in and he did a test, and he's like, He's like, everything's fine. Your ears do this thing where they protect themselves and they kind of close off when to certain loud sounds, and it'll last for a little while. In my case, it was about a 5 days, I think, and then I started hearing fine again. But I made the mistake of plugging this into my laptop because I was doing some work, and so I plugged this into my laptop, and unbeknownst to me, my laptop had set the volume to 100, and there's no volume control in this. So if the laptop's set to 100, this is at 100. If your device is set to 100, this is at 100. And a lot of devices, when you plug in a USB DAC to them, will automatically jump their output to 100 because they're expecting you to control it from here. Not all of them, but a lot of them do that. And so I plugged in the laptop. I had the Mest on. I had the Mest on, plugged in here, and this is the stupid mistake I made. I put the Mest in my ear, and then I hit play. It was so loud. I can't even explain to you how. It was like I used to shoot guns a lot. I still go to the range, but I used to go with my dad when I was a kid, and we didn't have hearing protection. We'd take cotton and stuff it in our ears, and that's how and that was still loud. This was like that. It was such a shocking, loud explosion of sound. I ripped the Mest out. In fact, I pulled the cable off one of them. I pulled it so hard, I thought I might have damaged them. I didn't, thankfully, but because you can't get these anymore. I found these on eBay. I was like angry. It was so loud. It hurt. My ears actually physically hurt, and I had like a headache afterwards. So I took it out, and I noticed when I started listening to music the next day, I put some headphones in. I put my headphones on, and I wasn't hearing things right. It was like I thought there was something. I thought I had damaged these, so I put it in my Nanas. Same thing. Couldn't hear certain frequencies. It felt like. So that's when I got scared, and that's when I called my ear doctor up. And he said that happens with loud sounds. It's the way the ears protect themselves, but you'll be okay. He didn't think I did any permanent damage, and I didn't. I'm back to hearing. Oh shoot. Back to hearing just fine now, and it's durable because I just dropped it, and as you can see, nothing happened to it. So let me clean it off again. As it got something on the ground there. I don't know what, but yeah. So no volume control, and it was on high gain, I believe. Holy smokes, deadly loud. Like that's the only drawback to this. Like, you know, the cord, when I unplug the cord and my ADI, the RME, ADI2 DAC, when I plug, and also I think the K9 Pro, when I plug and unplug headphones or IEMs, or even when I first turn it on, the volume, even if the volume is cranked up like that, it doesn't instantly go to that volume. It kind of comes up to it slowly. It's like a protection, because to protect people's hearing that they build in. And some devices I've tried have that protection built in. They really should add that on here. But you need to be aware that this thing can completely and seriously damage your hearing if you're not careful. So my thing I do now is I plug it in. We'll pretend this is my laptop. I plug it into my laptop or my device or phone or whatever the device is. Well, I got it right here, don't I? Why am I saying pretend? So we plug it in here, and then I plug in my IEMs. Yeah, just like that. I don't put the IEMs in my ear. I start playing the song. Let's just pick, here we go. About a Girl, Nirvana. Look it's at 100. See what I tell you? You can hear this thing right now. So I need to, see it jumped to 100. Holy smokes. So that would have been bad. So now that's what I do is I start it here first with it out of my ear, and now I will put it in my ear. And if I have to, restart the song. But I make sure the volume is at a place that's safe before I go and turn it on, because man, it can be deadly. It's the only thing I can say. So when I say deadly, I mean to your ears, right? So, but other than that, other than the warning about your ear health with this device, this is my favorite sounding little portable DAC amp. I mean, and it has a ton of power. I can drive all of my headphones. Like I said, my HD 650s played fine on this. Clarity, sound, tonality, everything was beautiful. This is fantastic. This is a thumbs up for sure for this device, even at $244. And I'm guessing in the near future, if it's still around, the price might come down a little bit more. But yeah, definitely a fantastic. Look at the biggest thing inside of there is the 4.4 headphone jack. Is that crazy or what? So it's like you look at this and there's like nothing to it. I mean, there's just nothing to it, yet the sound it makes is so incredible. It makes me wonder why we pay what we pay for these larger devices. This sounds better than the RME. It sounds better than the Drop 789. It sounds on par, maybe just slightly less than the K9 Pro. And it's on par, but just not as detailed in certain areas, tonality, certain areas as the Chord Mojo 2. Better than any of, well, I really love the Shanling M6 Pro. There's something about the sound of this that I just really like it. Whoever tuned this, they knew what I liked, or they like the same thing I like, one of the two. But yeah, this is a beautiful device as far as the sound goes. So that'll always be kind of like in my stable, so to speak. But this thing's totally worth the money. So worth it. Works with everything fine. Like I said, I got a little weird interference from some kind of electric field signal out of the M6 Pro, but not from my phone or my laptop, and not from this device. I did have this kind of weird thing where I plugged it in and it was kind of making kind of a scratchy noise while I was playing, and I unplugged it and plugged it back in and it was fine. Maybe some dirt was in the connector. I don't know. Maybe the cable it came with. But all in all, yeah, I would highly recommend this device. That should do it. Just be careful of your ears. Remember, this thing starts everything at 100% when you plug it in. It's just like kicks it up there. So play the IEMs, start your song before you put your IEMs in your ear or before you put your headphones on your head. Start it and see how loud it is. Then go and turn it down, okay? Other than that, highly recommended. And I hope this video helps you out. Okay, have a great day. Remember to subscribe to my channel, please, and hit the like button if you don't want to subscribe. But either way, do both. That'd be awesome. Thanks again.